This is a video chart for Global Star Incorporated, stock ticker GSAT, brought to you by allpennystocks.com and baystreet.ca, with technical analysis from 123learntotrade.com. Right now we're taking a look at the daily chart of GSAT, and we can see that we have a very clear uptrend in place, defined by consistently higher highs and higher lows. So we can go ahead and draw in a trend line basically right in this area, and we can see that price is continually responding to this trend. We also have a little bit of a steeper trend line in place that basically goes from this area right here up to here. So we kind of have two different trends in place. Both of them are uptrends, and we are consistently putting in higher highs and higher lows. So we can see that each time we rally to a higher point and pull back to a higher low, which is a very good and a very bullish sign. And there's no reason to believe that this trend will break or price will pull back substantially until we break below these two trend lines here. So in addition to this on the daily chart, we're also seeing some volume coming into the picture, and we also see an upward price movement associated with that volume. So as we can see here, we have 1 to 2 million shares of volume coming in per day, and we also have a very strong upward price movement associated with that, which is once again a very bullish sign. In addition to this, and if we zoom in just a little bit here, we can see that when price does pull back, it's doing so on lower volume, which means that the buyers are still stronger than the sellers. So again, everything here is looking pretty bullish. What we're going to do now is we're actually going to zoom out a little bit more and take a look at the big picture on the daily chart and get a full understanding for what happened. So we can see back in this region that we definitely had a substantial pullback from about $3.25 a share all the way down to about 16 cents. And that all occurred around the time the market was crashing in 2008. So that certainly is expected. And we can see that like just about every other stock out there, since then we have improved dramatically, going from 16 cents a share, as high as almost $2 a share. So a very strong rally. The stock has gone up substantially in price since then, and it's kind of expected with the market correction that we saw. One thing I would like to talk about, however, is a very strong area of resistance that we see, which is occurring right around the $2 area. And we can see that initiated back in this area. We touched it once here, which was in June of 2009, and we are now assaulting that area once again. And what I'm going to do is zoom in real quick and talk about something very interesting that happened here that could be a very bullish sign once again. Now what we saw here is we saw price break above this area of resistance, which really exists right around the $2 area, and price put in a very long wick with very high volume. So that tells me that there were sellers in this area. However, a lot of the buyers already absorbed these sellers. So even though price broke back below that area, what basically happened was most of the supply that exists here was likely absorbed. So once price breaks back above this area once again, it'll take a much smaller number of buyers to make price rally very strongly, and we could see a very substantial and a very high volume, high price movement rally occur once we break back above this area. So I'm rather confident that this will happen. It may take a few days. It may take a little bit of time for this trend line to catch up to that area of resistance. But nonetheless, I am very confident that we should see a break above this $2 area again, and a rather strong rally after that. And if we zoom out one more time, we can see that there really aren't too many areas of resistance once we break above that area. There's a small area up around $2.50, and then there's a few other areas around $3, but that's a very substantial run up. So the stock has a lot of upward possibilities. A lot of there's a lot of room to move to the upside once we break back above that $2 area, which in my opinion is looking more and more likely to occur. Before we do break above that area, again, we could see a pullback to either of these two trend lines, which would be a very healthy sign as long as we don't break below these trend lines and as long as we pull back on slightly lower volume than what we've been rallying on. So personally, this stock's looking very bullish to me. I think that there's a lot of opportunities to get into great positions here, and we really are starting to see some very healthy volume come into the picture, and we're seeing price rally along with that volume. So definitely a very good sign, definitely what we want to look for in these types of stocks. So once again, this was a video chart for Global Star Incorporated, stock ticker GSAT, brought to you by allpennystocks.com and baystreet.ca, with technical analysis from myself, Brendan, at 123learntotrade.com. If you have any questions about the analysis that you just saw in this video, I actually do offer a 6-hour, 61-lesson video course on my website, 123learntotrade.com. And that video course outlines all the different trading techniques and trade setups that I look for to place trades in stocks, forex, and futures. And once again, please remember that these are only 123learntotrade.com's interpretations of GSAT's stock chart. As always, investors are encouraged to do their own due diligence and consult with a financial advisor prior to making any investment decisions. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Good luck with your trading, guys, and I'll see you next week for another video chart.